Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a plan with me featuring the Crayola Colors of the World markers. We will be planning in my Hobonichi Weeks Mega, which is my academic planner. But first, let's go through what is in this giant box of markers. There are 24 markers in total that are separated in 3 boxes. I will be opening only one box today, and I'll be opening the other boxes in the next videos. So this is the first of a 3-part series where I'll be using one of each of the box of the Crayola markers. These are what we're working with today, and I will be swatching them first in the notes pages of my Hobonichi Weeks Mega. These markers are water-based, which is the type of markers that works well with the Hobonichi paper, which is the Tomoe River paper. And here I'm showing you how they swatch. The tip is not straight, it is a little bit pointed on the tip. So they are quite different to handle from the usual pens that I use, which are brush pens, but they have their own charm, and once you get used to it, it gets easier. So the first color is the deepest almond, and next I have the extra deep golden, and then I think the rest of these are variations of the golden color, such as this one, which is deep golden. And I'm also writing over top using the fountain pen ink from Ferris Wheel Press. And those inks are quite new. They were just released last week. So make sure that you check out Ferris Wheel Press website to grab yours. I also used this ink in my last plan with me. And the reason I'm using it again instead of switching to the third ink that I have is because I'm really in love with this ink. I have been fawning over this on my Instagram stories. So make sure you are also following me on Instagram. So these are the last 2 colors. We have the light medium golden, and it gets very, very soft and very, very light towards the end. Almost the same color as the Hobonichi paper. This one is light golden, and you can still see this color, but this very last color is just a little too light for the Hobonichi Weeks paper, because the paper that Hobonichi uses is cream. So the last one is very light golden. So I really like the colors, and now I'm going to show you how well they perform in terms of bleed through, and there is absolutely no bleed through. There is quite a bit of shadowing with the darker colors, but otherwise they are completely fine, and you can use them in your Hobonichi Weeks. Should you be looking for neutral tones of highlighters, these are a good option as they are quite affordable. The whole box retailed for just under $20 Australian dollars. So I bet they are really something that you can afford, especially if you are on a budget. And then here I picked 3 colors. So I used the darkest one to line my pages. Here I'm lining the left page. I will be lining a little bit of the right page later on. So I think that they actually line very well, but mind that for each and every time that I use this pen, or rather this highlighter, markers, I will be blotting using a tissue that you can see right now, but I won't be showing you the blotting process that I do every time I use it, because it's just going to unnecessarily lengthen this video. So here I'm writing over the darker color, and it is feathering a little bit because I should have let it set completely before writing on it. But of course, if you're planning, you want to be quicker about it, so that is something to consider. The drying time is not as quick as, say, a Tombow. But other than that, I think that they have a very similar feel. The Tombow is just a little bit better in terms of layering. So if you do have a little bit of extra spending cash, then I think it's a very good idea to invest in Tombows. I also don't know how long these pens will last. My Tombow has lasted me for years now, although I don't use it as regularly in terms of planning using it every week, but it's still going strong, so that might be something to consider as well. So here I'm also using it to highlight my brackets so that I can see it right away. I think one of the best things about this pen is that it's easier to write dots, to just dot the pages. You can't just press on the paper. I do still suggest to make a whole circle, but otherwise it's a really good pen to do that with. So if you're looking for pens to just dot, I believe I think Zig made that dots highlighter, the rounded ones, the rounded tip ones. These will perform very similarly. So on the right side of the page, I'm going to start making my sections. So the first part, or the left side of the page, I just have my today section and schedule, but the left or the right side will have very different things. I'm going to be starting with my tasks, and as per usual, I'm using the 𝒼𝕉 method that is slightly modified. Instead of Saturday and Sunday, I'm also using W because I don't want to do a lot of work on the weekends, as this week I will be working through the weekends. So I want to switch it up next week. So I also highlighted Wednesday and Friday just to break it up and easier for me to check off tasks. Underneath that, I have trackers, which I'm writing as per usual, Monday through Sunday, and I just have some habits that are really good for admin and keeping everything tight and tidy. So I have backup files and tidy desk and focus hours. And then on the side, I wanted to track my drinks, so I have one special drink, like a treat every day, and for the rest of next week, I think it's all going to be tea, because I have a new tea from T2, my favorite tea shop, and I cannot wait to have them in the afternoons when I'm feeling a little bit tired. Under that, I have notes, and on that space on the right hand side, I'm writing my lists. So I'm going to keep notes blank so that I can use that to write down notes for next week. But I wanted to write down also some lists, and that's why I'm utilizing that side of the right page. So I have a few admin things that I am waiting on, and under that I have my packing list because I am moving offices next week. I'm going to be moving to a desk because my office right now, my building in fact, is being refurbished, so we all need to transfer desks for temporarily, maybe a few months, because they're literally rebuilding that whole floor, actually several floors. And of course, the very last section is my next week section. And this is our finished page. I think it's very functional. It has a little bit of color, a lot of different interesting areas, and that's really amazing, and that's exactly how I want my pages to look like. So I hope that you are inspired to make your pages for next week, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll see you in the next one.